This video is brought to you by me and my artist friend NINJACHRIS, who designed this awesome logo that you can get on a hoodie, a t-shirt, a mask, a mug, or a phone case. You survived 2021. The best way to show that is by getting this t-shirt, even if we barely survived January. Link is down below. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and this is a rambling video. It's a vlogging video, or just a life update, or whatever you want to call those types of things. I've been doing these for, gosh, almost 12 years now, and today felt like another good opportunity to do that. So I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. Normally I do it with no editing and no cues as to what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to try to separate this one up into sections so you can jump around to hear what you want to hear. So there should be some visual cues here down below that'll tell you what I'm talking about in case you want to skip forward in the video and you get bored. So I know the first thing people are going to know about is my weight loss update, and I'm down about 5 pounds once again, hovering around 365 pounds, where seems to be one of my biggest breaking points. But this year in 2021, my goal is to not lose weight. My goal is to control what I eat and learn to better control what I eat. And once I have control of that, well, it looks like I've lost a few pounds because I've decided to do that. It's interesting because I found some inspiration from a very unique place in this regard. There's a man by the name of Ethan Suplee, and you might have seen him a long time ago in Kevin Smith's Mallrats. You might have seen him on Hulu's show Chance. You probably know him from My Name is Earl as the brother from My Name is Earl. He's always been a big inspiration of mine because he is a fat actor who is far more successful than I could have ever imagined I would ever be. Dude is amazing at what he does. Obviously, his transformation from fat guy to super strong buff guy is incredible. I mean, absolutely inspirational. And yes, actors are capable of doing this, but he actually slid into my DMs and liked some of my tweets after I tweeted that I was no longer focusing on the weight loss, I was focusing on controlling what I ate, and he said that I seemed to be on the right path. So fingers crossed. I hope that it is. 2021 will tell. Now, on the career side of things, things have been really weird. Like here on YouTube, I could get as low as 25K for an upload and as much as 125K for an upload based on, I have no clue. I used to say algorithm, I could say thumbnails and titles, the topic of the video. Some gaming videos do very poorly, some gaming videos do very well, some personal videos do very poorly, some personal videos do very well. I don't even try to predict it anymore. I just make whatever I want to make and upload it and hope that it does well. And if it doesn't really matter because obviously I don't put a tremendous amount of effort into videos like this one. If I do end up putting a lot of effort into a video coming soon, I hope that it does well, but it's certainly not something I can ever predict anymore. The Twitch side of things seems to be doing a little bit better, and even though I'm only streaming like once a week, the number of people that are watching each time I stream seems to be going up. Though if it's video game related, it seems to be way less people. If it's just me talking to the audience and hanging out with folks and answering their questions, that seems to do the best, but those numbers are statistically going up, so I guess I'll be streaming on Twitch a lot more and on YouTube a lot less. But when it comes to making videos, I'm probably still going to keep making the 2 to 3 videos a week I've made since the beginning of time. At least I'm going to try to. Because at the end of the day, making these videos has never been about the money. It's never been about the views. I mean, for a while there, I was very focused on that, and much to my own detriment. But once again, I'm no longer focused on that anymore. My goal is to entertain myself, to make things that I want to make, to talk about things that I want to talk about, and hopefully, just maybe, inspire somebody out there to either be more successful than me, to do better than me, to learn from my stupid mistakes, or in a few rare cases, learn from the handful of things I got right. But as I said a million times before, I absolutely will continue to do this even when the views are unpredictable, even when only a handful of people are watching. It's not about the money, it's not about the attention, it's not about the views. And these days, it's especially not about the money, and let me explain why. You remember back in 2019 when I was completely out of my mind and talking openly on Twitter and elsewhere about just deleting myself at some point? I did something very stupid that I do not recommend anyone else ever do. But it worked. I basically took every dime I had in liquid funds and invested it in a huge gamble. And I did this at the advice of my friend Jesse Ridgway, McJuggernuggets, who guaranteed that money, saying that if the money disappeared, he would help take care of me and help me rebuild. Well, fortunately, the money didn't disappear. And my thought process at the time was, look, even if it does disappear, I can always just go ahead through with my stupid plans. And if I end up making a lot of money, then I can stick around to spend that money or leave it to somebody so that it could do some good, give some of it away, do cool stuff with it. First off, let me say that I'm not a financial advisor. I do not recommend that you do what I did. It was a very stupid, risky maneuver. But I invested pretty much everything I had into cryptocurrency. And I pulled it out a couple of times and I put it back in a couple of times. So I probably didn't do as well as I could have, but I invested all the way back here. And yeah, that's where we currently are with that market. So to say that I doubled my money is an understatement. In fact, I did more than that. And I'm not a millionaire or anything close to it. People have always grossly overestimated how much money I made from YouTube or brand deals or sponsorships or anything like along that lines, especially when it comes to the donations or Patreon front. People think I was making a killing from that. I never was, but I did make a good chunk of change. I made you guys a promise a long time ago when I started on Twitch television and started memberships and subscriptions and donations that I would take all of that money that you gave me and set it aside. And that's where it's set for the longest time, in PayPal. And yes, when I got divorced, I split that money down the middle, but the vast majority of that money sat there safely until I gambled it on crypto. And I want to point out, this is not me bragging. This is not me saying I'm going to flex my wealth or anything is going to change. I'm going to continue to live the life that I live right now, and I have enough money to do that, even if I quit YouTube, even if I quit streaming, even if I gave up on this entirely for the next 5, maybe 10 years. And that's if I don't take the money and invest it in something that will make me money, which I am most certainly going to do. So I don't want you stressed about me. I don't want you worrying about me. If I walk away from YouTube tomorrow, know that I will be just fine. Never feel pressured to get one of those memberships down below. Never feel pressured to subscribe on Twitch. Never feel pressured to make a donation or interact with one of my sponsors. Never feel pressured to buy a t-shirt. But please buy a t-shirt because half of those proceeds go to my friend who made the art for it, NINJACHRIS. So that leaves me gazing into the future, trying to figure out what my future is going to look like. Does it have YouTube in it? Most certainly. Does it have streaming and Twitch on it? Most certainly, because I enjoy these things. Though we have talked in therapy about quitting social media altogether. In fact, the last video I made, which not a lot of people got to see, was about that. I hope you'll watch it. I'll link to it down below. On one hand, I thought about hiring an editor and trying to up the production value here, diversifying my channels so that I have a gaming channel and an unboxing channel and a personal channel. That's one route. That's definitely one way I could go, and it's a good way to turn the money that I have into more money. I don't know that I want to do that, though. But the thing is, I don't know that I want to go in that direction because I like the videos I make, and I like the way they look, and I like the style that I make. And clearly, you enjoy it as well because you're still here watching it. And maybe it doesn't have broad appeal, mass appeal. Maybe it doesn't fit into the new YouTube. Maybe it'll only continue to have a shrinking audience, and that's okay. I don't know that I ever want to be a big YouTuber again. I don't know that I ever was that big to begin with, but when I was, I couldn't handle the pressure of it. It was crushing me, working 40, 50, 60, 70-hour weeks sometimes, all of the traveling, all of the other stuff. I like the person I am right now, somebody who spends most of his time doing things he enjoys, doing things he wants, playing with my dog, playing Magic with my roommate, talking to my friends on Skype, Discord, or on my phone, watching movies, playing only the games I want to play instead of the games that I feel I need to play to talk about them. I like the life I've led in the last year. I know that's kind of weird, considering what happened all last year, but it's been nice. I do think you can expect a much more opinionated me. You'll see that a lot more on Twitter. You'll see that a lot more here on YouTube. I do think I'm no longer afraid to say the things I want to say or stand up for the things I want to stand up for, like access to healthcare and education, equality amongst people here in the United States, people doing the right thing and being kind to each other. These are things that I've been afraid to talk about because when you talk about equality and kindness and love and treating each other nicely, the people who don't like that stuff attack you. And it was really, really hard for a while to handle that, and it was bad for the career, but Honestly, now, attack me all you want. It really doesn't matter. You can't do much worse than show up at my front door, and that's already happened, so that's good. At the end of the day, 2020 showed us that making plans is a fool's errand anyway, but then again, so was investing everything I had into crypto, and that worked out. So maybe I should, right here, right now, try to come up with a plan of what 2021 is going to look like for me. So let's go. When I stream, it's going to be because I feel like it, because I have something to say or something I want to do. When I make a YouTube video, it's going to be because I have something to say, something I want to do, or a joke I want to make, and people who don't like it, they know where the unsubscribe button is. As soon as I get that vaccine again, I want to travel. I want to go hang out with some of my friends, some of my fans, some of my fellow YouTube creators. Absolutely something I want to do this year, and I'll probably end up filming for either this channel or the travel channel. Did you know I had a travel channel that's been abandoned for about a year? Thanks, COVID. But I do hope to get back to it at some point. As for Twitter, at the beginning of the year, I joked about limiting myself to only 5 tweets a day, knowing that's not something I was ever going to be able to achieve. It's an all or nothing kind of situation for me. And I think I'm choosing all. We've talked about quitting it in therapy. I've talked about considering quitting it altogether. But I like the way I use Twitter. It makes me feel better. I like voicing my opinions, even when they're unpopular, even when they get me in trouble. I like talking about the things I want to talk about. I know it upsets a lot of people, sometimes very, very stupid people. And I also like the part where I own the very, very stupid people on Twitter. That's what Twitter is. It's now a toxic playground. And if that's how people want to play, I hate to admit, as nice as I've wanted to be my whole life, as nice as I've always wanted to be, when it comes to just owning somebody who's so stupid he's doing damage to me or other people, I've kind of learned to enjoy it. Sad but true. So there's everything that's going on in my life. Those are the things that were interesting to me this week. I'm hoping to do these more weekly, and I'm hoping to turn it into more of a news show. Instead of just talking about myself, which I know a lot of you guys like, but a lot of people hate, maybe we can talk about life events and things that are going on around the world. I often have said this is about my life, about universe and things around me, things that are particularly interesting to me. Maybe if we focused on the things that are happening and things that are interesting to me and less about myself, it would have a broader appeal. So maybe we can start doing that as well. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section below. While you're down there, drop a like on this video. If you're not already subscribed and you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're the kind of subscriber I need. So please hit subscribe. While you're down there, consider buying that t-shirt. It will really help my friend NINJACHRIS out if you do. It'll help me out too. I'll make a couple of bucks. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.